Hello, YouTubers, and all those who happen to watch. It's one of those serious kind of videos. You know, I looked at the scale, it said 177. So I was happy, you know. So I was happy enough. Then you see those type of comments or whatever from people or criticism in public or something like that. Now, this isn't pertaining to me because personally I enjoy my weight level at the moment, so I just gotta, obviously get the jello arms out of the way and I'll be happy. So, everyone who gets you know how you're overweight and people give you that bullshit of being overweight, or they make fun of a feature distinctly, like your facial features or your, I don't know, your legs or your feet or your hands or your eyes or your eyebrows or your ears being all droopy. Don't you get those comments sometimes when people are just real dickheads? Also pertaining to those who are in high school or in school from your peers, your student body peers. Don't you get that from school? Sometimes people treating you like shit, and you're like thinking, why do these people treat me like shit? Well, it's because just about every single American, every single Brit, every single Span, every single Chinese person, and all those people go to school, they go through the same old deal as you do. Peers, basically, everyone has that perspective to them that they hate themselves. And most of them like themselves too much that they can't see their own flaws. Everyone has their own ways they perceive the world. Everyone has those kind of objectives in the world where they have to treat people like shit so they can feel better, sort of like a fun little treasure club. Redeem so many negative comments and you get yourself a free dumbass shirt. That's the type of people you get, right? Or those people who just do it for a laugh. Well, I'm not here today to tell you ignore them and all that, though that is the right option. Because if they realize that their words are not reflecting off you and they see how happy you could be, well, out front anyway, then that most likely means that you'll have not only a thicker shell, but also a less thicker gut. Now, a lot of people will probably think, well, studies are useless and pointless. Well, there's a study that if you think that you're a fat person, then you are a fat person. You'll be a fat person subconsciously and substantially in the future. You'll gain weight, you'll feel bad about yourself. And then it'll be like a habit, always feel bad about yourself and also feel bad towards others sometimes. Now, everyone, of course, knows this is a common fact that not every American is happy. Not every single person in this matter is happy. There's one thing in life that always puts them down. It's either that they don't have everything that everyone else has, so they have to get it themselves. It's that they're not as skinny as everyone else, which is really not that bad, folks. If you are happy being obese and you enjoy eating and being merry, that's a good positive message for yourself. Ignore the fuckers and eat your drumstick, I guess. And and for all those people out there who feel like they're bad and because they're fat or skinny or too tall, too short, have a big head, small head, and all that, guys need to, and I'm going to say this very bluntly so that way it sticks like butter on a cold pan. Guys, grow a set of balls and love yourself more. Not to love yourself more as the fact that you go, well, fuck you. You walk up to them and go, fuck you, I'm great. You don't have to say it quite like that, but there's a way you have to go about saying it. Someone puts themselves down, well, look at them, just look at them, guys, the next time you feel down, because trust me, you'll feel better about this. Trust me, it will work. You walk into somebody, and they're feeling down. They're like, well, my girlfriend said my dick isn't big. And you look at them and go, bro, it's alright, I don't have a dick. It's so small that it looks like a... I shouldn't be talking like this. That's too over the top. I apologize to all the parents who happen to watch. I'm sorry. But I'll reword it. How about that to make it easier? Well, don't worry, bro. My testicles are so small they can be considered an orifice of a freaking female. Now let's slap each other in the hands and go high five. Then go play some GameCube, bro. But, people should not feel bad about themselves no matter what. If you have a handicap, if you don't have a handicap, that you you don't have perfect teeth. Obviously, I don't. I got gaps everywhere. That's called poor dentistry. But other than that, that's basically something you have to live with. Everyone has to live with one bad thing about themselves, or two bad things, or three bad things. Some people have a compulsive disorder in buying things all the time. Some other people have compulsive orders of eating a lot. Some people have compulsive orders of wanting too much. People have compulsive orders of, well, expecting so much out of people. There's so many things that are bad about people. And some of them aren't so bad, they're just a bad habit. And eating a lot is actually a bad habit. A lot of people are going, well, what does this have to do with eating if it's a habit? It's like a hobby or something. You put like a drumstick or a slice of pizza on the wall and you nail it on there and say, oh yeah, I caught that at Domino's the other day. No, it's nothing like that. Though hobbies and habits are somewhat of the baddest things in the earth to some other people, but for others it's something they enjoy doing. Like people who enjoy eating, tasting things around the world, different cuisines, but yet they happen to get overweight just by doing it. But yet, though they might be overweight, they have a healthy habit of a good diet, even though they're thick on the build. Now, some people consider eating, light ice cream a better substitute. Eating the whole gallon is not a good diet. Eating the whole box of veggie pizza is not a good habit. Now, there's so many options for people to feel better about themselves, but they never choose to pick them because it's the harder route. Yes, at first it could be the hardest route to some people because their attention span for detail is bad, but it doesn't mean that people are going to be dying off because they can't do it right away. And don't think of yourself as a failure because you can't do it. Now, my real message for today is that feel good for yourself every single freaking day. People could try to put me down saying I'm a fat nerd who plays DDR or something. I haven't really touched that board in my life, as you can tell by my gut. On that map, for that matter. But it doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me have a sense of humor out of it, too. Because it makes me grow a thicker shell. As some people might put down you as being fat, calling you a fat ass, a lard ass, some people don't mean it to be negative. Some people actually mean it to try to toughen you up if they're a friend. Some people might do it if they want to test you. Now, always the same side of it is, if people always put you down like that to test you, there's two options you can do. Laugh about it, indulge it, or if they're a real peen about it, and like they're really forceful about it, ignore them. They'll call you a vagina, so to speak. I ain't trying not to say pussy. They call you a pussy, but it doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a smarter person to ignore them. Now, a lot of people versus barbarianism and versus socialism go hand over fist. People choose one route and the other person chooses the other route. Like me, for an example. I don't indulge in people acting like jerks, nor do I want to make myself a jerk to try to put the other person out of commission for being a jerk. I'm not trying to be a jerk. Neither should you try to be a jerk to anybody. It's one of the fine examples in life that human nature sometimes always needs a balance or a correction for themselves. And message at the end of this video would be this, or the question: what trait about yourself don't you like? Some people could be modest and be like, well, there's really nothing I hate about myself. I feel good. Well, if you can say that, then you don't need to really comment, or you don't really have to, feel bad about yourself then. Feel good about yourself. For those other people who know they have a problem or won't admit it, come clean. Come on. You owe it to yourself to admit it in front of everybody what you feel bad about yourself with, and how you think you can fix it. If you don't feel like doing that, don't bother talking about it then. If you don't feel comfortable. This isn't a message or something to make you feel bad about yourself. This is something to switch your negativity into a positive outlet. Like doing a craft or something like that, rather than always buying Subway or... Well, Subway's kind of good for you, depending what kind of bread. Not really. If you don't eat the bread, if you turn it into a salad there, that's kind of good for you. But anyway, Tell everybody which one of your traits you do not like, via video or via comment. Now, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave some 5 stars and comment and subscribe if you haven't already, because it's really cool. It also shows my feedback is positive. So, other than that, take it easy, folks.